Punk Revolution now. I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday. I just wanted to do a quick video reflecting on negative XP. It's been a while since I've talked about negative XP. I have done many various videos about negative XP, destroying negative XP, exposing negative XP, demolishing. I think my most viewed video on my channel is about negative XP. It doesn't matter. The point is negative XP, well, if you haven't noticed, he kind of fell off. Big time. No one talks about negative XP anymore. No one cares about negative XP anymore. Negative XP has fallen off the face of the planet, and I just want to take a moment to congratulate the punk revolution movement and soak in the fact that negative XP lost. We won because the arc of history is long, but it bends towards justice, is basically what I'm trying to say here. And so we defeated negative XP. So, a little context. So negative XP, for those of you who are unfamiliar, I recommend you watch my other videos, but basically what he was basically doing was, in the year 2020, or whenever he was making music, he literally was basically just taking the 4chan sense of humor, of being edgy, of being misogynist, of saying the N-word, you know, basically stuff that was like entertaining and shocking and naughty and breaking the rules. All that stuff back in like 2009 on 4chan. But in 2020, that's not shocking anymore. We've all been on the internet enough to see people do that. It's not entertaining anymore. But negative XP would take that really, really outdated, vapid sense of edginess and just play really bad music, like horrible music, and put those shallow, pathetic lyrics on top of the music. And the music was so bad that obviously no one who's actually listening to this is listening for the music, because he's playing out of tune, he sucks at singing, his songs are extremely simple and really pathetic and terrible melodies. Bad music, people only find it appealing because of the lyrics. Basically, you're just finding 14-year-olds who, I don't know, maybe they grew up in a really strict Christian household and weren't allowed to use the internet. And then at 14, they would sneak on their phone and search smecks. They would search smecks, and they would identify as incels. And they would, you know, basically somehow one way or the other find negative XP, the fact that negative XP names himself Shooter. Negative XP nicknamed himself School Shooter. Like, come on, that is so pathetic. It's just like, where is the creativity? Where is the subtlety? It's like, I'm gonna name myself Fart. It's like, okay, actually, Fart is pretty funny. The point is negative XP stinks. And he was really more of a political figure rather than a real musician. Like, his political movement was basically just, I want to be able to say I don't like women. Like, that's literally what negative XP is, just a whiny, ugly dude who wanted his songs were not rebellious. They weren't punk. They weren't anything. They were just 14-year-old sexually frustrated boy who hates women because he can't get laid and puts that in music and thinks he's doing something outgoing for doing that when really he's just embarrassing himself. So, I've already gone through all this. That's negative XP. You already know. So negative XP fell off big time. No one listens to him anymore. No one cares about him anymore. This should have been obvious that, you know, music that is the equivalent of just like going on twogirlsonecup.com or whatever. It's just the musical equivalent. Like, it shouldn't be surprised that music's not going to have staying power. But there's a few reasons why negative XP fell off. One is that he was doxxed. I don't really think of it as doxing. I think if you're a musician who has pictures of your face on the internet all over the place and are like really famous, that people are eventually going to find out your real name. That shouldn't be shocking or surprising. And honestly, people knowing your real name shouldn't be a reason to quit your musical career. But in the case of negative XP, because his entire career is such an embarrassment, the fact that people found his real name is enough to contribute to him completely quitting, because you can't go through life with the horrendous output he's released tied to a real name. Another reason is that he tried to abandon the incel core label and he wanted to rebrand himself as e-punk. Literally the least punk thing you can do is be like, I don't like the way I'm branded. I'm gonna try to brand myself in a way that's cooler. Like, that's literally what Negative XP tried to do. Somehow, you know, actually musicians who are like actually very confused musicians who wanted to like get involved in music. Some of them got involved in incelcore, even though they weren't necessarily right wing. They got involved in incelcore just because they were looking for a home to call theirs. And incelcore, well, you know, they'll take anybody in. So he abandoned his incelcore scene because he wanted to rebrand himself as e-punk. The idea of rebranding yourself is the least punk thing ever. It pissed off a lot of people, and the very weak, fragile, pathetic community he formed turned against him because they're like, what the heck, dude? You're incelcore. You are literally incelcore. You can't change that. Your music doesn't sound remotely punk. Also, a lot of people within the incelcore / e-punk scene were committed, you know, they were obviously freaks who, you know, the type of people who idolize school shooters, literally, not the brightest people in the world. One of them was a pedophile. Some of them were accused of sexual assault and other forms of assault. You know, just a pretty bad scene, a small scene of musicians, and of course, within that small pond, many of them were trash. Not surprisingly. So a variety of things contributed to, you know, the whole incelcore e-punk scene, along with Negative XP completely vanishing. I like to take credit for it too. My videos did cause quite a stir within the incelcore e-punk scene. Many musicians involved in those scenes, who, like I said, were maybe left-wing or just politically apolitical people who just happened to go into that scene because they wanted to get involved musically, and that was there. Realized once I grabbed them by the shoulders and shook them and said, no, Negative XP is a horrible musician. He's not famous because of his music. He's famous because of his alt-right politics. I did chip away some of the incelcore and e-punk musicians out of that scene and helped some people abandon that alt-right cringe. So I like to believe I contributed to the scene falling as well. So the punk revolution thrives and Negative XP does not. Negative XP has fallen off. Negative XP did release an album in 2022. I reviewed Gamer 3. It was literally horrendous, just terrible. I think it was actually so bad that I think even people who are diehard Negative XP fans, even Negative XP fans who, like I said, they don't even care about his music, they care about his lyrics as being alt-right. Even hardcore Negative XP fans even were able to admit Gamer 3 was just absolute trash. So yeah, Negative XP fell off. Punk Revolution now still going and blowing. So basically, we took out Negative XP. We still have to take out Anthony Fantano. Anthony Fantano has basically fallen off already. Everybody already knows that, but we have to actually get his YouTube channel deleted. And then we also got Sam Hyde now, who has entered the picture. I feel like we have a variety of quests. We have like Anthony Fantano's the capitalist machine we need to destroy, and then there's the alt-right cancer within the capitalist machine, which consists of Negative XP and Sam Hyde. We've taken out Negative XP, now we gotta take out Sam Hyde, and then we'll take out Anthony Fantano. So that's the game plan for the Punk Revolution. Negative XP was easy peasy. And yeah, so shout out to the Punk Revolution. Shout out to everybody who took out Negative XP. Shout out to... oh yeah, another thing too is a lot of Negative XP's fans were 14. And Negative XP was like a big deal 2 years ago. And 2 years is not a long time, but for 14-year-olds, 14 goes to 16. The difference between 16 and 14 is big, you know? So 16-year-olds are able to realize, oh god, I was such a cringe idiot at 14 for liking Negative XP. So literally Negative XP's fans also have grown up. So like, just the odds were stacked against Negative XP. The arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice, is what I said. Dark Brandon! Dark Brandon! Alright, that's all I have to say. Negative XPX got owned. Just wanted to do a kind of a conclusion kind of video. I don't think we're going to hear anything from Negative XP again because he doesn't have the talent and he doesn't have the audience. He doesn't have the community. He's exposed himself as an idiot. He has nothing. He has nothing to contribute besides being edgy on the internet, which is getting tiring for literally everyone who's been on the internet for more than 3 months because we all know how to do it. There's nothing creative about it. Use your creativity, goddammit. Punk Revolution now.